Mr. Polk.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
What are you doing here?
Hey, do you have a Justin Wilson?
Um,
He's a
no.
juvenile.
Oh, maybe. It wouldn't
Okay.
be on the docket if it's a juvenile.
Okay, but they sent some paperwork that said it was a pretrial this morning.
Okay, yep. Did you want to speak to the prosecutor? Are you not
Yes,
here?
please.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
nobody's
no,
on
yeah.
Zoom. It's an in-person hearing.
Well, I started trial this morning, so I was just hoping I could get it lined up.
All right, let me go see if anybody's got a computer because nobody's on.
Man, I sure hate
Who?
that. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
well, we do in-person hearings. We don't, especially with
Yeah.
something like this, it would be so.
Okay.
Do you know what venue it is? Is it Romulus, Huron?
Yes. Yes. It's Romulus.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you.
So were you retained for this, Mr. Polk?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Polk, so we have May 6th is our next date. If you're good, you're on Zoom. I mean, you're muted. No, you're still muted. There you go. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're
All right,
welcome.
May 6th.
May 6th is our next date. If you want to adjourn it out to that day so that you can come in and speak to the
Yes,
prosecutor.
yes, please.
Okay, yeah.
That's perfect for me.
So your clients are here, and I will let them know that we will adjourn this to May 6th at 8:45. You can be here between 8 and 8:30.
Okay.
Prosecutor will be here.
Now,
Mhm.
is this a state case, the state
Nope,
prosecutor?
it's a local. It's Dave Greco is
Okay.
the prosecutor.
All right, that's fine. I'll reach out to him personally. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'll send out notice again. It is in person too.
I appreciate you. Thank you
All right,
very
thanks.
much.
Have a great day.
You have a blessed day. Yeah,
You too.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
see here, I'll let you know. Man, you're all set. You have a good day. I did pay a bond 2 weeks ago. Oh, okay. If you have a bond on there, then we might have to wait for the judge. Okay. So you don't mind waiting? Well, I got you. I'm good with it. So let me take care of you on that. Okay. Okay. What's the next thing again? Okay.
Hey, Miss Malone? Yeah. You said I can hear this door open, just say I think that'll be the judge coming in and just rise, because the court officer's not in here. Okay. Yes, ma'am. He said he'd come out and take care of this for you, so you can go. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Here he comes. You can rise. Thank you.
Are you Miss Malou?
Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
Better than I deserve. All right, I'm going to dismiss this case at the request of the prosecutor. You've got bond money posted, $150.
Yeah.
We keep $15 processing fee, 10%.
Yeah.
That's why we call it 10% bond. So we'll issue the rest to you today, the balance to you today. So if you go downstairs, the counter, you'll see the cashier. Just kind of hang out in that area and they'll call you. It's already done?
Yeah, it's already done.
We're so good.
Cashier.
Okay,
Have a nice day, man.
thank you.
Morning, Dave. That's fine.
Roger Malone.
Yep.
Is not interested in the plea.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
wow, goodness.
Oh, thanks, Heather.
It must have been Jeannie.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, weird spelling.
I wonder if he's with Tanisha Malone.
Burton Street and Easter, yep.
I wonder if what pissed him off was he found out that the kids weren't going to school and he thought the ex was taking care of that.
Just have a seat right there, sir. Grease skeleton, correct? You are all set. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yep, it's just a dismissal, doesn't need to go on record. All right. You have a good day.
What kind of resources do they have?
They just get fine.
I didn't know file it
They
out.
call it the last appointment. And I'm up in school, I told them I need better hours than that. Now, they're in fact that.
Are you gonna go handle a few more, or are you gonna do her right
I've got, this is the only one I've got right now, except for something that's so complicated, I'm not even trying to begin to explain it right.
now? That's
It's
fine.
not really that
Is
complicated.
there a write-up for her on this? We don't need one?
I have.
Oh,
I can write one up real quick. but
I mean, you need to file the record plea or not? I'll file one somewhere.
Good, Josh, might be a police in the file.
What's the last name?
Civic, SIVB. So. Hey, Matthew, the Smith thing, they did all cleaning up together after all of that.
No, there's not, but I can get you one right outside here.
Thank you, sir. So moving forward, I think it's probably makes sense to keep me as far away from that topic. Just have left. I mean, if he's gonna run it, it's gonna be kind of. You know, he needs to hate you. Yeah. Do 12 months under 771. And then conviction comes off after no. So just to kind of explain a little more clearly, the way it would work is you say plead guilty just like it was in the other case. There is one in there.
Oh, there is one in there?
Yes. Obviously, you go out and they run the store, get arrested for gay bar stuff, or if this had 2 more weeks, it could.
Pardon me, Mr. Sure, would you like to get judge there and get this one done?
Yes.
Okay.
If you, I mean, I hate to pull him out to do just.
Well, but
I'd be ready to jump into Judge Marks.
That's what I would say, if you're done here, we gotta get you out of here, right?
That's good, 771. Yep, 771 for 12 months. And you still have Christie's contact, you said, right? Good. So it's a judge. No, it's not. Potion just gets everything we need, but as long as he sees it. Oh, absolutely. And then, I don't know, working and everything in between too.
And I did call the school on Friday because the doctor helped children. And it was out. So it won't be in the office.
Okay. Doesn't say. I think, I don't know, 75% of these cases, a lot of times I feel like there's absences that started, but really where what gets us is the school, the breakdown in the school.
Yeah.
Please rise. 34th District Court is now session. I'm running. I'm gonna need the file, sir.
I had Matt, Mr. Wayne had.
Is it on Skelton?
No, sir, it's Civic, April Civic.
And there's a, my apologies, a plea in there somewhere.
Gentlemen, give me your appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Wayne on behalf of the city of Belleville.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney
If
Josh.
that's a
Hadley.
plea agreement, I need it.
No, he said
Nope,
it's in there, but
it's in the form.
it's actually attached.
Guilty 12 months.
Yes, sir, under
Okay.
771.1.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
Attorney Josh Hadley on behalf of the defendant, Miss April Civic, please state your name. For the court.
April 7th.
Morning.
Your Honor, we would like to avail ourselves of the plea form that's been put in front of you, where we've been pleading guilty to the violation of parental responsibility under 771.1 with an agreed upon 12-month delayed sentence.
I'm not doing it under delayed sentence. She's got one of those. I got one from April 11/23 that was a delayed sentence.
Same kid. Your Honor, obviously it's to the court's discretion. We're aware of that. I mean, again, why this would have been not show caused or why, I don't have a reason as to why.
Well, we set it for review today.
Well, my understanding is no, this is actually, there's 2 separate cases. One child, same school district, looks to be both 23s.
Mhm.
One is pending on probation. I'm sorry, one is pending, it's before us. There's a separate matter that she's on probation for.
Which we've shown us twice, keeping it with this file.
Yeah.
So, yeah, nothing that I've received, I'm sorry, I guess I missed
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah. So I got a 12/7/23 scheduled today for pretrial. Looks like the first time it's ever been scheduled for pretrial. And then I've got the incident date from April 11/23 that was scheduled for a show cause, and yeah, 12/13 show cause with new case. Scheduled for show cause hearing March 7th. Yeah, so she was show cause.
Fair, just doesn't, I'm,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, I'm not attached to that on
Yeah.
my P number, so when the case
Yeah.
is looked up, nothing was noticed. that
Yep.
I missed.
Yep, no problem.
Um,
I mean, I'll take a guilty plea. I'm just not gonna
Sure.
do it under delayed sentence.
So you can either basically saying be setting the matter for a bench trial, jury trial to argue that there was no violation of the absences, or plead guilty and continue on with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty.
Sure.
He was
So we'll
absent.
plead.
I don't wanna.
If you plead guilty straight up, this is going to be a misdemeanor conviction on your record. The other one might be too, based on what I hear on this one, I don't know. But the idea behind the delayed is so if everything works as it's supposed to, then that's dismissed, it doesn't stay as a permanent conviction.
Or we can set it for a hearing and have them come in, because again, she's made statements to me, Your Honor, I fully believe this individual, she's contacted. We're just talking about her.
Jamie, the office or Care Solace?
No, the business card that he gave you.
Oh, yeah, I've emailed, the assistant for
Osborne.
resources.
Osborne.
Okay.
So basically, at the court's direction, said if there's issues, remember, with her having absences,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need you to reach out to her, reach out to the school. There's been 5 absences of the past 16 school days. There's medical paperwork to support it, and she has reached out to the resources as instructed.
Okay. Have you talked to her today?
Not today. I talked to her at the office on Friday,
Whose office?
the school office.
He's talking about Miss Oswald here at this building.
No, I had-
You're talking about the school. I'm talking about Miss Oswald here at this building.
No, I had emailed her about what resources I had needed.
Right.
She had emailed me back and said she didn't have availability to those resources. I did meet with the school. I am working with a program now, and they had set up a appointment last week for a future appointment,
Right.
but it still interferes with the school hours. So I told them that, and now they're trying to reach out to another program where it doesn't interrupt his school hours.
Okay. All right, so these are 2 separate children?
No,
Okay, it's the same kid?
yeah.
Okay,
So that's what I meant on, is that I don't understand if there was still the open pending case that she didn't show cause, how this was not just a violation of the probation of the prior case, why it was treated as new separate criminal.
well, I have no idea. I don't write tickets.
Right, so that's again where it kind of came in on.
Yeah.
Effectively now, if the goal was to get the child back to school, I just don't see how a misdemeanor conviction is in the furtherance of that goal, but if that's what we're left with, then.
I'm just not giving 2 bites of the same apple.
Understood, but I mean, again, she stated today that yes, the child has missed the absences.
Yeah,
She's
So here's where I'm at. Here we are a year later, and we're still having absence problems with the same child.
Your Honor, may I?
Yeah,
So I did speak with Laura Maher, she's the principal at Final Elementary School, both last month and today. She indicated that the defendant came in to talk with her, and I specifically asked her, did you formulate a plan? Because it's my understanding that the court specifically directed her to develop a plan. She said, no, I spoke with her. She said there's no plan in place per se. I just merely reinforced the idea that the child needs to be here. So, and she indicated that, and she did send me the records, between March 7th and present, she indicated there was 16 days of school, 5 of those were missed. Doctor's note was provided for 2 of them. The principal said overall, Bryce comes in late as well, so that's not necessarily absence obviously for that day, but varying amounts of time.
how do you do between September and March? I have that information.
I don't have it in front of me. I had an email that was furnished to me previously, but that was, and I know there were a lot more absences than this time around, but overall, the principal said that, what's going on? She said it's hit or miss, it's not too much better.
How old is Bryce, man?
11.
So what's the problem that he's not going to school every day?
I mean, he does have medical issues he's had since he was 2.
What are the issues?
He's got bad migraines. Sometimes he can have 3 to 7 a month,
Okay,
and they're really bad.
all right.
But he has an eating disorder. He was going to a doctor for that. And they said they wanted him to be treated for his anxiety first. So this Care Solace is setting up this doctor that's gonna kind of deal with a little bit of everything. But I went to the school and I thought we had a plan set up.
Okay, what was that plan in your mind? What was the plan?
Well, on Mondays, because he can't stand loud noises, she was gonna set him in music with the headset on, because he was having problems there. He sits a little separate from everybody at lunch because the smell of food bothers him. And then she put it in her computer and got Care Solace in contact with me to help him with his medical issue.
Okay, who's Terra Solace?
It's Care Solace.
Care Solace, what is
It's
that?
a program through the school for like a psychiatrist and.
Okay, okay.
So
Well,
that
why are we a year down the road and we're just now doing that?
the school just, I didn't know that they offered it.
But Mom, you gotta be ferocious about this. Your kid's lost another whole school year at 11 years old.
Believe me, I know. I'm trying.
You're not trying hard enough. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but here's what I know, because I've done this so long. I've met your kid when he was 20, 30, 40. Life's hard. It's really, really hard when you're uneducated.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what you're going through. My heart breaks for you because it sounds like he's got some issues, but none of those issues are going to make his life any easier as an uneducated adult.
It's not like I don't know that.
Well, how are we going to get Bryce educated?
I'm trying.
Have you looked into some kind of virtual options that, he can do in a dark room so it's the migraines aren't triggered, that kind of stuff?
Honestly, I know that won't work for him. He needs that one-on-one. I don't even want to set him up for something like that because he's gonna fail. I can honestly say that.
Any suggestions?
Your Honor, I believe that everything Ms. Sibbett has said is sincere.
Oh, I don't doubt
You
that
know,
for a minute.
I do think that she does understand that this is an issue for her child.
Yeah.
I think that you have a single mom who is working very hard. How many kids?
Yeah, 5 kids and I'm taking care of my parents.
I, really wish that this court, and I've seen you go outside the box to come up with really thoughtful solutions.
I'll throw that box out the window. I just don't know where to go without it.
I know, and I wish in this instance that I had something that was more eloquent to say other than it takes a village, and I think that she's making the right steps, as it sounds like now, in the way of at least trying to get these resources that are available to the school. I acknowledge what this court said about this has been a year, and there has been valuable time in this child's life lost.
Yeah.
I think that
Your Honor,
working.
Yeah. I'm listening to suggestions anywhere.
but that's what the suggestion, but at least from the city standpoint, one of the issue with these absences, they're not substantiated. There's no doctors, no stats. School standpoint, that's really the problem. The school's not saying we don't really care what your kids' issues are.
Right.
It's you need to show us that they're not there, why we need something on paper, and that's what's not being provided.
And I get that. You can't take him to a doctor every time he's got a migraine.
Yeah, thank you for acknowledging that, because that was gonna be my point.
Yeah, I mean, if she didn't have anything to do but Bryce, if she didn't have other kids, if she didn't have a job, she still couldn't take him to the doctor every time there's a migraine.
And it's not like something that's just come up. He's had them since he was 2.
Right. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Last year's case, I'm closing that with a conviction. This year's case, I'm accepting your guilty plea. We're gonna set a sentencing date for roughly a month down the road. May 6th. Time? All right. Call, see if Christine's available right now, just for me to send Mom down.
What was the date?
May 6th. All right, I don't know what else to do for you. I don't know what else to do for you. I'm gonna send you down. I want you to meet with Miss Oswald now. See if she can help you figure something out. And Mom, hear my heart. I mean, I'm not unsympathetic, but my major concern is not you, as cold as that sounds, it's Bryce. Because I'm telling you, I've dealt with Bryce when he was a 40-year-old uneducated man.
Right.
Right? I mean, there's something out there. There's something out there for you. We just gotta find it. So go see Miss Oswald, and we'll talk again in May. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Bowden, you're up.
Maurice Skelton.
Mr. Skelton was a.
Oh, it's a dismissal.
Mr. Bowden, what's your name? Bates.
Come on up, Mr. Bowden.
Ms. Bates? That's fine. Don't worry about this.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowden appearing on behalf of Ms. Bates.
Is this Crystal or Jessica?
Ma'am, could you?
Crystal Bates.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We got two Bates up tonight.
Your Honor, today's date and time set for a pretrial in this matter. You have an executed plea agreement. Ms. Bates would be pleading guilty to the charge of truancy, with the understanding the matter would be taken.
All right, I got to stop you. You did that last week and I let it go. We don't do truancy in this building. Truancy is a status offense that only happens downtown. This is contributing to delinquency of a minor. So I never want to hear that word come out of your mouth in my courtroom again.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wipe that word from your mind.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Okay, go ahead.
I forgot whatever else. Oh, no.
She's gonna plead.
Your Honor, we do have an executed plea agreement in which Ms. Bates is going to be pleading guilty to contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Or you could just say the charge.
The charge,
Okay.
with the understanding that the matter would be taken under 771
Thank you.
for a period of 12 months. We believe that Chelsea will be on track to attend school.
Thank you. How old is Chelsea, Mom?
17.
What grade she in?
She is reclassified as a 10th grader.
Okay. All right. All right, so what's the issue with the attendance? What's going on to keeping her from going to school?
She went to the doctors a couple times. She didn't turn in the note, but she doesn't want to go to school.
All right. Do you know why?
She's failing, and at about a month and a half ago, I got her on some ADHD medication, which has seemed to help. She's
Okay.
doing better. Her grades are getting better because she was failing all her classes.
Okay.
And she was doing an after-school program on Wednesdays.
Okay. All right, so leading up to February 23, how many days has she missed?
21.
Okay, that gives me the facts I need. Okay.
Defense is satisfied, Your
All
Honor.
right. When was the last time in her academic career that you thought she was meeting her potential?
Never.
Not even elementary? Has she always been
had
one?
problems then too.
All right. What were the problems then?
She doesn't ever want to be on task. Teachers say she's, well, even in kindergarten, they said she was hiding under her desk and not doing her work and
Okay. All right. What else she got going on in her life? Does she work, sports, any extracurricular stuff?
No.
All right. So what'd she do with all her time?
plays games on the computer or with her sisters.
All right, I'm going to suggest to you that she's probably the one that should have a file in my court, not you. So I want you to talk to Ms. Oswald about that. Ms. Oswald, Jamie, if you don't mind. Ms. Oswald is a juvenile probation officer here at the court.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
So she's a 17-year-old sophomore.
She'll be 18 in November.
What kind of work is she capable of? As her mom, what do you think she's capable of in school? If she applied herself,
If she really applied herself, she could probably get CDs.
so 2.5, maybe 3.0.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to suggest might be the best thing we could do with her. It's a voluntary program, so we can't do it with her. We could just try to encourage her to go.
Okay.
And I want you to talk to Ms. Oswald about this. It's the Michigan Youth Challenge Academy.
Can you write that down?
Yeah, write that on the back of her card, just MYCA. They're online. They got a pretty good online presence. You can watch some videos and everything else. And Miss Oswald knows the program like it was her own.
Okay.
The reason I think that would be good for her is because she's 17, she's a sophomore. I can't see her going to school until she's 19 to graduate. This program, and the timing is pretty good because they do 2 sessions a year. They do one in January, they do one in July. It's a 5-month program in Battle Creek. Doesn't cost you a dime.
Okay.
If she does it, if she goes and she commits, in 5 months, she's done with high school.
Oh, that's amazing.
Completely done with high school.
Okay.
She could do it with a diploma, depending on how many credits she's already got, how well things go with the challenge, or she'll do it with a GED, but she'll be done with high school.
Okay.
And she'll be done with whatever that next step is. And even more important than she's done and ready for that next step, she'll have an idea what that next step is, because they're gonna help her plan that. So while she's there, for example, she'll meet with some military recruiters. They'll talk to her about some trades schools that they can move her into. There's a program out there that's I think that's roughly another 5 months too.
Okay.
That if she's eligible and she's interested, she could just continue going with a trade school type thing.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So I'm guessing, I mean, you know her better than anybody. I'm guessing, you tell me if this sounds like it fits. I'm guessing the most important part of that program for her will be the challenge end. At this point in her life, she probably needs to realize that she's capable of a lot more than she's done.
Yeah.
And trust me, she's not the first kid I've dealt with that the reason they don't go to school is because they feel like they dug such a deep hole, there's no way out. Which, of course, as an adult, we know that just keeps making the hole deeper.
Yeah.
But, when you're overwhelmed, you're overwhelmed. So the challenge of this program might be the best thing that could ever happen to her. They'll kind of force her to do what she's capable of, and then she'll like, oh, I can do things.
Yeah.
So talk to Ms. Oswald about the whole thing, about the idea of getting her with a file with her name on it. So she's reporting to me, she's accountable to me to what she's doing or not doing. Talk about the challenge because, like I said, timing is great. If she commits to the challenge now, there's plenty of time to get all the paperwork in place and get ready to go. So in July, she's off to Battle Creek to shine. Okay, so on this file, I've heard the facts I need to hear to accept a guilty plea. I'm sure Mr. Bowditch has explained it to you. We're just going to sit on this for 12 months, no more issues. And in this case, if Ms. Oswald determines that the best thing to do is to put your daughter on probation with me, if she's not going to school now, that's not on you.
Okay.
All right, that's one of the reasons I like dealing with the older kids versus the 7-year-olds, because it's a lot easier to hold them accountable for their behavior. Any questions?
No.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank
good luck
you,
to you,
Your
Mom.
Honor.
Go down, ask anybody downstairs and they'll put you in contact with Ms. Oswald.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome so much. Sheila Little. Miss Little, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney?
Yeah.
All right, but you've looked at the paperwork, you understand your rights and the options those rights give you? And you understand the possible penalty for today's charge? Up to $500 fines plus court costs and up to 90 days in jail.
Yes.
Understanding all of this, are you pleading guilty?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
What?
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, tell me what's going on. We've got an attendance issue leading up to March 11, 24. What's the problem?
My daughter,
What's your daughter's name?
Elena.
How old?
11,
Go ahead.
and she's you know, she tells me all the time that she's getting bullied in school, that her teachers are being unfair to her and whatnot. So I called up to the school a couple of times, you know, for these issues, and they didn't seem to tell me anything about it. So, you know, so I was like, you know, I didn't know what else what to believe, you know, really. And
Right.
so it was either my daughter or the school, you know what I
Right.
mean? So if my kid really doesn't want to go to school, there's got to be something going on there,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? And then sometimes, you know, like we have weak immune systems, so we get sick real easy, you know, like I'm sick right now, like my whole throat hurts, I've got a headache, you know what I mean?
How many days does she miss?
She's missed like 30 days. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Are you standing up to talk? Go ahead.
Yeah, Elena's up to 34 days and Devin, her brother, is up to 17 days.
How old's he?
He's 8.
All right. What's the issue with him?
Nothing. I work full time, you know what I mean? Single mom of 3 kids. I have an autistic 4-year-old, so it just gets a little hard sometimes.
I can only imagine.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. All right, so here's Miss Oswald. You heard me say she's our juvenile probation officer. Wonderful resource. Not only is she a resource, but she's got access to all kinds of resources that can be helpful to you. You want to make contact with her. All right, let's talk about the bullying. All right, sure, it happens. Okay, I completely understand why a kid wouldn't want to go to school if it's a negative environment for them. But that doesn't mean we don't still need to get her educated. Couple things. You need to get really aggressive, and now when I say aggressive, I don't mean, you know, you march into the school and you're yelling and screaming, because that's not going to work. But I mean, let's just assume that you're reaching out and they're just brushing you off because they got bigger fish to fry. Well, you got to be a big fish. Okay, you got to be that one that's contacting you know, principals directly. If the principal's not giving you what you need to hear, then you go to the superintendent. If the superintendent's not answering the questions for you, you got to go to the board. I mean, you got to be that mom. All right. But once again, not the yelling and screaming crazy mom, but the really, really concerned about my kid, pushy mom. Okay. Now, Miss Oswald, I think, can help you with some ideas. For example, there might be some counseling programs. Let's assume she is being
counseling.
Oh, she is. Where at? Great.
In Brown.
Okay.
They have a counselor there.
Okay. Okay.
And I already put her in there.
How often does she go?
She goes like every day. Talks about her problems, but she doesn't really talk about anything.
Yeah, that's not helping. Yeah. Yeah. Because counseling only works if you work it. I mean, I can go sit with the best counselor in the world. If I just sit and look at them, it's not helping.
Yeah, I told her all the time, you know, I'm in counseling as well. You
Right.
know?
So you know the value.
Yeah, I have issues, you know.
We all do. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know the value of the counseling. You know what it can do for you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. James sleeping.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. I think the best thing I can do for you is hook you up with Ms. Oswald. Okay. For a bunch of reasons. She's got a lot of outside the school resources. She also knows a lot of the players in the school. I think she can help you out. So the way we're going to look at this, we've got you on the hook for 12 months. I want you to start working with Ms. Oswald, see if she can't tap into some resources to help, you know, get things off of where they're at. Especially with, you know, is it Devin? You know, 8 days, man, we don't want him to be at 16 and 17 and 18.
Well, he usually, you know, he's a good kid.
Yeah.
You know, he gets up and he goes
Right.
when I tell him to, you know what I
Right.
mean? It just takes a little, you know, like not like beating the shit out of him, you know, or like
Yeah, just
anything
pushing
like
him a
that, but
little bit.
like
Yeah.
vocal, you
Yeah.
know, but my daughter,
Yeah.
she gets to be a lot sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Do you have any questions about how it works? go down, and I don't think she's gonna be able to meet with you right now, but I'm assuming you took the morning off.
No, I go to work this afternoon.
Okay, so you got some time.
Yeah.
All right, so I think she can probably see at some point this morning. I think she's just got another mom in there with her now. So you set that up with Miss Oswald, see if you can talk today, or she'll have you, maybe a long phone conversation or something. Okay, questions? Good luck.
Thank you.
Is it Aisha Coleman? Did I say it right? Good morning. How are you?
Fine, how about yourself?
Well, thank you. All right. 10th grade. All right, so you're going forward today without an attorney, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And you read your rights form?
Yes,
Understood those rights and the options those rights give you?
that's correct.
Understand the possible penalty for today's charge?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of this, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, I am.
All right, Ms. Coleman, what was going on leading up to 12/21? Daughter, son?
Daughter, Wintergreen.
What's her name?
Wintergreen.
Wintergreen? One word or two words?
Two.
Wintergreen. How old is Wintergreen?
She's 16 years old.
All right, well, not even human then. Yeah, how many days is she missing?
I believe it was 2 weeks.
And what's going on?
We had a transportation issue. She's going to school out of the district, and we still on the other side of the town, and my car was down.
Okay,
And I work midnights. So
Where you working?
I work for Doe and Co.
What do they
Well,
do?
it's at the airport. We do security for Delta.
okay.
So I was getting her an Uber back and forth to school, and sometimes it got a little bit hard because got rent and stuff like that.
Okay.
So she did miss quite a few days
All right.
to school.
How's she doing academically?
She's fair.
Any idea what her grade point average is?
Last time I checked, it was like a 2.0.
All right, 16, does that mean she's a sophomore?
Yeah, she's a sophomore.
Okay. All right, so it's purely transportation issues?
Yes, but we worked it out.
Okay.
We got it together.
Okay, all right, so the way this works, I'm sure it was explained to you, but the way this works is we're gonna delay this basically until the end of the school year, June 15th. Assuming that we got no problems going forward to that point and you don't go out and commit any other crime, then this will just be dismissed at the end of that time period. You understand that?
Yes.
Dave wrote in the actual date, but I think we just do 60 days works better for dispositions, right? So we'll do 2 months delayed sentence. All right, any questions?
No questions.
All right, you're all set. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. You just don't want to go out?
He's upset with you about the tissue.
Oh.
On YouTube.
Your boss.
When I handed it to you.
We used to have 2 or 3 boxes out here. I want to get out of here because, yeah, definitely. Tell him we want to get moving. I got other stuff to do besides this. Well, make something up. Yeah.
She had a bond, we want to wait till it's over and then.
Is that the one we scheduled for sentencing?
No, we just, this one's Wintergreen. Just put a note.
Yeah, actually, put a note, just put a note right there.
Return after.
Yep. Return 90% after 60 days. Yep. I have a feeling I missed some names.
Malu, M-A-L-U.
Yeah, I crossed Malou off.
Big little civet and skeleton.
Base, civet. Civet, that was one, April, right?
We're doing all three at the same time.
Give me some names.
Smith, all Smiths. We have Jesse, Deborah. What is that? Let's step up.
You got all 3 of them?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right. All together?
Yes, Your Honor, this is 2 dismissals and 1 plea.
All right, well, let's get the easy ones out of the way first. Who's the dismissals?
Dismissals against Deborah and dismissals against Amanda.
All right. All
We
right,
have no objections.
all right, Amanda. Oh, Amanda's got another file we gotta get her date on. All right, so I've got a February 6, 24 parental responsibility with Amanda. And I've got February 6, 2024 with Deborah. Those matters are being dismissed, correct? That's okay?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, those
No
two,
objections.
those two will be dismissed. Who's Amanda?
Me.
All right, Amanda, we've got another file here.
Step up here, ma'am. Give your name for the record, please.
Amanda Smith.
Thank you. We've got a file here from July 19, 2022, 2 charges. Receiving and concealing stolen, receiving and concealing stolen motor vehicle and fail to return rented property. Those are both felonies. We can give you a court date on those for April 17th.
Don't say anything.
I have a court date on that day.
Yeah.
I have another court
Oh,
date on
okay.
that
You got
day.
another court date?
Yes, sir.
Go on another Wednesday.
The 24th.
Okay.
All right, Wednesday, the 24th.
That's fine.
What time you want to do it?
And you come in on that day, there'll be an attorney here.
All right, 9:45 a.m. Which courtroom was that?
You.
Us? That's right here, live in person.
Okay.
I'll get you notes.
All right, I'll put you on a personal bond on that file if you'll
Thank
raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you violate bond? First condition is the easy one, stay out of trouble. Second condition, be here on that day.
Yes,
Any
sir.
questions?
No, sir.
All right. So our business with you is concluded, except we're going to give you a notice for that court date.
Okay, thank you, sir.
1,000. So those are her 2 files. Here's Deborah's file. And that leaves us with Jesse, correct, Mr. Bowditch?
Correct, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Jesse Smith. Your Honor, today is the date and time, maybe for Raymond, legally formal reading statement. It's also a chance to pre-try this case, Your Honor. You have an executed plea agreement in which Mr. Smith would be pleading guilty to the charge, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, with the understanding the matter would be taken under 771 for a period of 12 months. If he complies with all the court's wishes, the matter will be considered for dismissal.
That's not what it says here. You okay with it delayed?
I was gonna, yeah, the city has no objections to that.
That was
Matt Wayne, I'm sorry, Matt Wayne on behalf of the city.
Thank you, Mr. White. That was 12 months, Mr. Bowditch?
12 months, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. I cut you off, I think.
The child in question, his name is Scarlett. She's 7 years old. She did have some kind of unusual health issues, which cost her quite a bit of time. Now, according to the family, they have presented some sort of notification to the school. I'm not sure if it encompasses everything, but the reason for the large number of dismissals or large number of absences was primarily two illnesses, hoof and mouth, awful, going into flu, and it just like the perfect storm.
Okay.
But
How many days has she missed?
I don't know the exact amount, like it was probably 3 weeks, and then 2 weeks, so probably 50 days maybe. So I know there's a lot of.
Yeah, please.
I spoke with, again, Laura Maher, who is the principal at Edgemont Elementary School for Van Buren Public Schools. She indicated that yes, somewhat of 50 days. Doctor's notes excused roughly 3 weeks of those 50 days. Ms. Meyer did indicate that Scarlett, she said, quote, had disappeared for literally weeks at a time, even prompting her to do a welfare check.
Okay.
Find out where she is. So, I mean, it shows the school's concern.
Yeah.
Obviously, justifiably so.
Yeah. Communication.
Yeah, I know we communicated with the principal about that time, because I remember when law enforcement showed up and we had talked to the principal days before that about her having that was the hand, foot, and mouth, and she's very highly contagious at that point.
Yeah.
And we talked, my mother talked to the principal on the phone, and we told her what was going on, and she was understanding. We thought we were understanding, so I don't understand why the cops then showed back up with, they didn't know like what had happened, like.
Well, I'm gonna suggest that your communications are breaking down somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know where the breakdown is, but there's obviously a breakdown in communication.
Yes, sir.
But
Because schools
as
don't
we-
want to call police.
As we speak, Your Honor, Scarlett
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah, and in school.
Yeah, since we'll,
Okay.
it hasn't missed a day since then.
Okay, all right. So Mr. Bowditch, explain how this happens. For 12 months, you stay out of trouble, no other criminal stuff other than this,
Mhm.
and no other attendance problems, and at the end of 12 months, it's dismissed. If there are any other attendance problems, I want to hear it from you before I hear it from the schools.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So if you need help with whatever resources to get her in school, then let us know.
Can we get a card?
Sure.
I'd explain Ms. Oswald's expertise. And
Yeah.
I think the family is.
Yeah.
amenable to
Yeah. All right, any questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yep. Good luck. Good luck.
Okay.
Your Honor, I believe that's my.
Oh,
first day.
all right, sir, you owe us money on another file, two files from
Okay.
2022. Registration or plate civil infractions. We got a total due of 530. Are you in a position to set up some kind of regular payment plan? Weekly,
Yeah.
bi-weekly?
Yes,
Can you do that today?
yes.
All right, go downstairs at the front counter, set that up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You all set? Thanks. Have a great day. Have a great week.
So I'm putting you on for Matt.
Yes, sir.
May 6th,
May 6th, okay.
I'll send out the thing to, your.
Nicole Bragg. Good morning, Ms. Bragg.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You are going forward today without an attorney?
Yes,
All right. Did you read your rights form today?
yes, sir, I did.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
You understand the options those rights give you?
Yes, sir.
You understand the possible penalty for the parental responsibility charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding all of this, are you pleading guilty?
Yes,
Freely and
sir.
voluntarily today?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. Boy, girl, more than one?
Boy,
Okay, how old is he?
he's 14.
What's his name?
Patrick.
And what was going on leading up to February 8th?
Okay, so I was living with my mom and she had a problem with her power bill. She couldn't pay it. Power was out. It got cold outside. CPS was called. I sent my son to his dad's dad, so his grandpa on his dad's side.
All right, hold on a minute. Geographically, when you're living with mom, where are you at?
I'm in New Boston.
Okay, and dad lives where?
Dad is there. You know what I mean? We lived with my mom.
I thought you sent him to his dad's house.
I sent my son to his dad's dad.
Oh,
We sent our son to
grandpa.
Virginia, yes,
Virginia.
because there was no power, no
Got it.
heat.
Got it.
And I did communicate with the school. They couldn't get him online and I couldn't enroll him in Virginia without giving custody
Right.
to my father-in-law.
Right.
But, so we did, that's where we were at. He's
Okay.
now home and in
Okay.
school. And, we now have a car and, I mean, we're staying at the motel, but we have a
Yeah.
heat
Yeah.
and water
Yeah,
and we're doing good now.
and he's 14?
He's 14. He's a
So
good boy.
Eighth
He's
grade,
got some-
ninth grade?
8th grade.
Okay.
Yep.
How's he do academically?
He's failing, but he
Okay.
has some pretty good, learning disabilities.
Okay,
I've struggled with this since he started school.
Okay.
They've held him back as much as they can. They're just pushing him forward
right.
because they can't even hold him back anymore.
Yeah.
We work with him, we try, he progresses a little bit at a time.
Okay.
But for the most part, he's really a good boy. It's not his fault he didn't go to school. He doesn't, fight me
Right.
not to go to
Right.
school or anything like
Right.
that. We don't have that problem.
Okay. I'm gonna suggest that you might want to reach out to Ms. Oswald.
Okay.
A court officer will give you a card in a
Okay.
second. Card for mom, please. I would suggest you reach out and just let her know what's going on.
Okay.
She might have some suggestions on how you can help him more academically.
Okay.
But at the very least, talk to her about the idea that when he's 16, we might want to send him to Battle Creek for the Michigan Youth Challenge Academy.
Okay.
When I say we, I mean Christine and I have been
Okay.
working with that place for literally decades.
Okay.
We've seen a lot of kids that don't do well academically for a lot of reasons,
Right.
learning disabilities, blah, 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 all that stuff that can screw up
Right.
academically, that when they go to the challenge, they really find their niche. Okay.
Which
And then,
sounds great.
and then, the reason traditional school's hard for him.
Yes.
It's always been hard. It ain't gonna get any
Never
easier,
getting
right?
easier, yes.
So that challenge could literally, when's his birthday?
October.
October. So January after he turns 16, he could go to the challenge. 5 months later, he's done with high school.
See,
Okay.
that's perfect. I was
So-
worried about him
So
not graduating.
now, well, he might not graduate. Depends on how far behind he is when he gets to
Right.
the challenge. But he'll be done with high school. He'll either have a diploma or he'll have a GED. But he's done with high school before he's 17, right? Then what's the next step? Well, he'll figure out a
Right.
plan while he's there because they'll expose him to some trade options. They'll expose him to the military, which could be a great option
Right.
for him. So let's just say it's a military, right?
Right.
So now he gets back from Battle Creek. He's not 17 years old yet, but he knows what he wants to do and he wants to go to the Navy.
Right.
As soon as he's 17, boom, you sign him in, he's gone.
Yay, okay.
Okay.
That sounds like a great opportunity.
Right. The problem is, once again, this is my first rodeo. The problem is we got a kid that doesn't do well in school, probably doesn't like going to school because he doesn't do well in school. I mean, you don't like to go places where you
Yeah,
don't do
no,
well,
right,
I
right.
don't like to go places
Right,
where I don't do
exactly.
well.
Right.
So the problem is between 14 and when he's 16, keeping him out of trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Definitely.
Now, I'm not saying we got to wait till 16 to get him on track academically.
Right, right, right.
She might have some suggestions for you so we can,
Okay.
getting further ahead. So if he does go to the challenge, he comes out with a diploma,
Yeah.
not just a GED.
No, I'm
Okay.
actually glad, to be honest, this happened because
Well,
that opportunity I would have known nothing about.
Here's the thing. That's why we have these files. here.
Yes, that's perfect.
Because you're not the first parent that's, their eyes got
Like,
big. It's
whoa.
like, whoa, I never heard about that.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff that we know about here that the
That
schools
we
don't
wouldn't
talk
otherwise
about.
know about. Correct.
And you don't know,
Right.
right?
That's great.
We don't know what we don't know. Okay,
Perfect.
questions?
No,
All right, good luck.
thank you.
Call Miss Oswald.
Okay.
Oh, I got bad news too. Oh, no, you're already on a payment plan.
Yes, I'm on. Have a good day, sir.
You as well. Ma'am, what's your name? Oh, got it. Okay, you made a deal with the prosecutor today?
Yes.
Okay. Is it Wilkerson?
Yes.
Okay, you okay?
No.
You're not crying about a parking ticket. What's going on?
Oh, I'm just really going through a hard time.
Okay, tell me about it.
I was losing my apartment and I still owe them $5,000.
Okay.
And I just don't have the money.
Okay.
And I know I wasn't speeding, but
Okay.
I just don't want to keep going back and forth.
Okay.
I just want to get this resolved as quick as possible because I really don't have it.
Stop and take a couple deep breaths. I didn't tell you to take all my Kleenex. Take a couple deep breaths. Just seriously, just breathe. Just breathe. Keep going, just breathe. All right, when I'm done with this business here today, I want you to go downstairs and talk to Mr. Taylor. He's behind the counter in our probation section. Talk to Mr. Taylor. Tell him what's going on with your housing situation, everything else, okay? He's got some resources. He can put you in touch with some people that might be able to help you, all right? Breathe. Are you working?
No,
When's the last time you worked?
I got laid off in September.
Who were you working for then?
I was working for Bros.
Okay, all right, so not working at all?
No, I
Okay.
was a small child,
Okay, how little?
5.
Okay, okay. He or she?
He,
Is he in school?
yes,
Okay, where's he going to school?
Wick Elementary.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. All right, so the business that brought you here today. I've got a piece of paper that says you're gonna plead responsible to double parking. You've agreed to pay $150 with the fines and costs with the prosecutor. It says here you need some time to pay.
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's another thing you can talk to Mr. Taylor about. If the $150 is a problem for you, and it sounds like it is because you're having problems with your rent, then he can work it out so you can do some charity work and we'll close your file with charity work.
Okay.
All right. And if your boy's 5 years old, there's probably some place where you can go to do your charity work, some volunteer work, and he thinks you're taking him somewhere fun for him.
Okay.
All right, so talk about all that with Mr. Taylor.
Okay.
You got it?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna accept your responsibility plea. I'm gonna give you 45 days to resolve this either with cash or hours.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
All right, you breathing okay now?
Yes.
All right, go see Mr. Taylor. Trust me, he's gonna have some good news for you.
Thank you.
Good luck. You should be ashamed of yourself. Making people cry.
That's my sister.
I don't think he could if he wanted to. Stay safe. Did he come back?
No.
So was he mad at you, or was he mad when he found out the situation because he didn't know anything about it?
Yeah, he knew everything about it. That the problem was.
Yeah.
Was awful. They kept getting worse. I told him, I said, listen, I just moved back. You know, so I don't know, you know. I said, well, you see, you just moved back. It was last piece. That was last year. Oh, so now you know. Where to vote? Is that what you're?
So basically, he got mad at you because you called him on all his BS. Mr. Bowd, your appearance for Ms. Hilton, please.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowd is appearing on behalf of Ms. Hilton. For our stage proceedings, Your Honor, we waive formal reading and stand mute if there's a rain in phase. I've also had a chance to pre-try this case. In this matter, Ms. Hilton wishes to plead guilty to the charge of violation of parental.
Go ahead.
Contributing to.
No, you got it right. Parental responsibility. I lied to you because I saw one file that somebody wrote contributing. It's parental responsibility. You got it.
The charges, Your Honor. With the understanding the matter will be taken under 771.
Oh, you don't need these.
For a period of 12 months. Your Honor, this involves a young child of 7 named Nevaeh.
Nevaeh?
Yes.
Spell it.
Nevaeh.
Nevaeh. Nevaeh.
Now,
Pretty.
Nevaeh did miss 17 days of school. I believe she was
Sick.
She was sick. We have a note from the doctor. The Hilton family at some point didn't have insurance. So once once they got insurance, the doctor's note, which I read, indicates that the reason for the delay in bringing her in was the transition from one insurance to another.
Yep.
But as far as Nevaeh, the 7-year-old, she loves school. She get good grades. She's no longer ill. They have insurance.
Good.
Problem solved. They would still like a card from this office.
Sure. All right. So you went over your rights and options with Mr. Bowdish, correct?
Yes,
You
correct.
understand the possible penalty for this charge?
Yes,
Okay. Understanding all that, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today?
correct.
What he just told me is true? I'm
Yes.
assuming you got it from you?
Yes.
Okay, then those facts will let me accept the
Correct.
plea.
Defense satisfied.
All right, so we're gonna go along, just, I'm sure the way he explained this to you, 12 months, don't commit any new crimes, no other problems with Nevaeh. If you have any problems, contact her.
Okay.
She lets me know you contacted her, so then you don't have a problem with me.
Okay,
All right,
sounds good.
Anything
Thank you
else?
so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
good luck.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Candace Dietrich,
Yes,
good morning.
good morning, Your Honor.
You are going forward today without a court-appointed attorney, is that correct?
Correct.
Did you read your rights form?
Yes,
Did you understand those rights and the options those rights give you today?
yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the possible penalty for parental responsibility?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's see what we got. All right, understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty to a charge of parental responsibility from February 5, 24?
Yes,
And are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
yes,
All right. Son or daughter, or more than one?
just my son,
Son, what's his name?
Jaden,
Jaden,
Yep.
Jaden?
Jayden.
Jayden. How old is Jaden?
He is 9, about to be 10.
Happy birthday to Jaden.
Thank you.
What was going on leading up to the February date that he missed school?
I actually was going through a domestic relationship and I was moving, and when I moved from that address.
Well, let me
my-
stop you. We got you in West Point. Is that the old
Yep,
one or the new one?
that's my new address.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my ex was ripping up my mail. I never received anything. His dad called me and said, hey, you have a court date. I came down here, I figured out like I had a warrant, and then
Right.
that's why I'm here today.
Is that on the file that is being dismissed?
The warrant was, yes.
Okay, all right. So from Dearborn Heights, you still got him in here on schools?
Yep, I'm letting him finish out the rest of this year, and then he'll be moving to Dearborn Heights
Okay.
for next school year.
Okay, all right. And how's he do academically?
Right now, he's struggling a little bit, but I am reaching out to get him tutoring. I had him in it last summer, and I'm gonna
Good.
do a school summer program also through Huron. So
Good.
I already spoke to them about it.
Can you do that this year?
Yeah, I'm doing it this year for the summer.
Help him catch up a little
Yeah,
bit.
absolutely.
Okay, all right. How are things going with you?
I am better. I am in a definitely better place.
Okay,
So,
all right. Relationship's over?
yep,
Okay, you working?
I am.
Where do you work?
Leo's in the airport.
Okay, okay. How's your head?
It's all right. It's old.
Have you done any counseling?
Mm-mm.
Would it help?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't really talk to people. I grew up that way just to kind of stick to
Mm.
myself.
I'm gonna suggest counseling will probably be beneficial to you.
Okay.
If nothing else, forget about anything in the past.
Yeah.
Going forward, it sounds like you're gonna raise this kid on your own for a while.
Yeah.
I've never been a single mother, but I'm
Mhm.
gonna suggest you need counseling.
Okay. I'll take it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So when you go downstairs, just go up to the probation counter.
Mhm.
And when somebody comes up and says, what can I do for you? Say, Oakley says to come talk to you, get some counseling ideas.
Okay.
All right. They'll give you some resources. Leo's, you got any insurance with Leo's?
No.
Okay. So tell them that because that limits your options. So
Yeah.
they'll give you the right ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Back to business. So first of all, the case I'm dismissing, you've got $150 bond posted. I'm going to
Yes.
return 90% of that. We keep a 10% bond fee, so you'll get that back.
Thank you.
On the one I'm taking the guilty plea on, stay out of trouble, no other criminal offenses. And if we're having any other trouble with Jaden, then I want you to contact Miss Oswald.
Okay.
She's our juvenile probation officer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Contact Miss Oswald if there's any more problems with Jaden.
Okay.
Whatever you need help with to get him back in school,
Yeah.
she can probably point you in the right direction for the resources that are out there.
Okay.
All right, any questions?
No, sir.
You're all set.
Thank you so much.
You're
Have a great
welcome.
day.
You too. Yeah. Yeah, on the 912 case. Thank you.
So that would be dismissed while you're trying.
Mhm. Yeah. What's going on? See ya. Yeah, when we first set this up, I told you I wouldn't be done till probably noon. Okay. All right. Well, have fun. Probably. Yep. See ya.
You specifically told him that.
Yeah.
And you even said he wasn't leaving till then.
When he first suggested, I'm like, well, I got a docket, I probably leave about noon. He said, well, that's all right, it's not supposed to start till 1. I'm like, okay.
That stinks.
Yeah, because the other thing I was gonna do while I was down there is look at an electrical bike this time. No. Evelyn penned it night last night.
Did you know? Now, does Theo stay off and over often or no? Or that's time for her?
He does, but not as often.
Well, that's good. That gives her away time. You know.
But I had to have a conversation with her last night. No, because she always, she'll either change her mind, I want to go home, or she'll just fight. You know, she won't lay down. So last night when she said she wants to spend the night, I'm like, okay. So I took her aside. Like, look, if we have problems tonight, then it's going to be months before you get to spend the night. So make sure if you stay, that when all this is time, no fuss, you go to bed, and there's no changes at all. But I can guarantee I was asleep before she was.
Okay.
Because when I turned on, because I said, where's she sleeping? She's probably sleeping on the, I'm like, oh, on the couch. So when I turned the light on to go to bed, I can still hear her up there chatting. I'm like, I'm not gonna, that's.
Well, that's like Cody watches my nephews. One is 11. And Cody said that they can stay the night. And so he said he went to bed at like 11:30 and they're still up. Well, the next day when he had to take them home, the 8-year-old was crying, he didn't want to leave or anything. And so Cody gave his mom on the phone, his future stepdad on the phone, and after they talked to him, Cody kind of told him, next time if this happens, you're getting bedtime. He's trying to be the nice guy, letting them stay up, and they're not going to bed till real super late, and so.
And then they're shot for the next day. They're crabby and they're short tempered.
Yeah, and he said that. I go, did he do this to you last time he stayed the night? And he said, no, but you figure I got them till 5 till late the next day, because my niece works at a mall Saturday. That's her job, but so they're open till like 5 or 6 on Sunday. So he kept them last time till that late, and so they were probably ready to go home.
Right.
But this time he was dropping them off at 10 o'clock. He just has to be more mature, because he's more like their big brother, and that's the way that they see it. So a lot of times they don't want to listen to him. But since it's his place, he's more safe.
Theo was just like, he'll just tune you right the hell out. He doesn't shine it. It's like dog attack. That last time they were over, I took him on to feed the fish. He's like, Nemo. Finally, it dawned on me, it was Nemo. Like, oh. So then last night when they got there, I said, hey, they got their legs ready to dinner and all that. I said, oh. I said, after dinner, you want to go look for eggs and feed the fish? Yeah. So we got done. The two of them are in the grave room playing. I said, hey, Evelyn, you want to go feed the chickens or feed the fish and look for eggs, or you want to keep playing? Oh, I want to go outside. I'm like, all right, ask your brother if he wants to go. So the three of us went out. And same thing, as soon as we got outside, I said, you want to feed the fish, buddy? Nemo. For some reason, it was weird, because it was warm yesterday. My truck, when we were coming home from church, said 54 degrees.
So you know, that girl named Nevaeh, you know what that is, right? It's how to
Heaven
spell it.
backwards.
Yeah, that was like the big thing. So,
We were just, where were we at? We were at someplace. Oh, where the hell we were at, but it was wait staff. And I answered her name. I always ask her. Same thing. The day, I said, oh, like the hand thing? She said, no, like heaven spelled backwards.
Oh, and she was a wait staff person?
Yeah,
Wow.
that she had to be 20 something. Yeah, John said, we're getting ready to leave. Where are you at? I don't. Who's we? Last I knew, it was just me and him.
Yeah, do you have a list of, you know, I mean, is there still a lot out there? Well, I'll come out there and get the list. Oh, okay, I got mine already. So I know Malone left. Okay. Teacher's here. Okay, yeah, she's here. All right. Oh, yeah, that was on 92, okay. And that's it. All right, thanks.
Did we get the stuff to register for the August MDJ conference yet? Stuff.
I don't think so. No, it's not. Go over there.
Breaks $15 million one night.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more.
It's just an adjournment, Your Honor. Brian Gilliland.
Last name is?
Gilliland. May 6th. Mr. Gilliland on May 6th. Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll get the notice, sir.
You can just have a seat in the back, I'll get you those.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir.
And Ms. Bowles.
Yes.
So I'm not in a big rush today. No, John tried to call me, so I called him back. He's like, we're getting ready to go. Where are you at? I'm like, John, when we set this up, I told you I wouldn't be able to leave till at least noon. He said, we're getting ready to go. I'm like, have fun. I don't know, because when we talked about it originally, he said it was supposed to be peaking at 1 o'clock somewhere down there.
You're right, there's no sense of trying to figure it out.
And I don't know who we is, because when I talked to him, it was just me and him. So he found somebody else to go.
What you just told me, that's our secret, so we can.
Absolutely.
You still aren't.
Good morning, this is Brian. How are you? Good. I was just calling to wish the sister happy birthday. That is so funny. So Osborne County. It's the two sisters and, John, the brother. And they always call him, John's nickname is LJ, but John. And he's the youngest. So they all three of them work for the company. So I just called up there because I saw on Facebook that it's Deanna's birthday. So I called up there and Dean answered the phone. I'm like, hey, it's Brian. I just called to wish your mean sister happy birthday. She's like, well, I can patch you through if you want. I'm like, you didn't even give her a day off for her birthday. We're not LJ. So she patches me up and Deanna answers the phone. I'm like, hey, happy birthday. It's Brian Oakley. I just saw your Facebook. So she's, oh, that's so sweet. I said, yeah, but your sister just cracked me up. Told the story. And I said, she said, you had to work because you guys aren't LJ. And she cracked up. I said, well, it's your own damn fault. You guys have always spoiled her. She said, well, that's true, but it didn't start with us.
Yeah.
The baby, the only son. He's freaking fun. You might remember because it was a big deal in Ronald's. He was like 12 or 13 years old. Tom Ellis saved his life. Tom Ellis, right? So they got a nice stuff off there. It's frozen up. So he's working there as a kid. Family does this, right? So he's up at the top trying to kick it loose. And he's falling. He got his legs stuck in the grinder.
Oh my gosh.
So he's stuck there, right? So Tom Ellis, when I say Tom Ellis saves his life, because I've heard Elgin say that's what saved him, because Tom climbed up in, I was even talking through it while they were, extricating him and saving him. So he's out for that way. Since I don't know, it's John's got a bunch of guys back there. Still back then, there's a bunch of guys that snowmobiles. Like, for example, say 5 guys, but then, I might invite somebody, you might invite somebody, so there might be more guys, but it was like the same core group. So they go more. First, they already brought all kinds of stuff back in. They one guys, worse than Johnson. Johnson, right? So the guy strangled 20 minutes. So we
Oh my
John
God.
starts screaming, my leg. The guy's like, just completely freaking out. Well, the guys who know John, they're all around. This new guy. Oh my God, that's pretty fun.
Funny, but horrible if you were that person.
I gave him a lot of credit. I used to represent that company before I got back. Mom and Dad are pretty much on. I mean, Dave's still hanging around and stuff like that. But I don't think they have much day-to-day operations. The 3 siblings have been on the business for a long time. It works.
Really
It's
good.
hard to live with family. I'm gonna make if they do a favor, call out there, tell them, okay, if they stack a few of them, I'm gonna go talk to her.